ran across a phenomenal interview of Miss E on the Tamar show. I did not know that Tamar had her own show. When I tell y'all Miss E had me in tears. When I say this lady is so profound and I see her in a different light. Oh my God. This is why it's important for us not to prejudge people because I viewed Miss E differently. I viewed her off of what something looked like. I judged her for something that it looked like something without actually knowing the woman. And I know better than that. Well, I'm going to show y'all the video, and I have to stop it every few minutes per YouTube. And I just want to tell y'all this woman, Miss E, is so classy, so poised, so well spoken. She reminds me of Maya Angelou. And the way that she delivered her message, she's such a beautiful storyteller that she captures you. I thought that was like a act at first. This is who she is. This is a woman that got married at 17, people. She got married at 17, and I think she had her first child, which was Tony, at 18. And then she got into ministry. And even though I don't personally believe in a woman preaching, that's my personal belief, but I also believe that women can be teachers. The Bible states a woman should teach the ladies and the babies. Now, something I don't understand before I show this video, everybody. We talking about Miss Evelyn Braxton on the Tamar show tonight. I don't know who all seen this video, but you're gonna watch it with me. And it's my laptop. I don't have my Bluetooth with me, so it's really low. So y'all gotta really focus in what's going on. But I don't understand from the kind of woman this lady is, the matriarch of her family, how her daughters are behaving the way they are. I have no understanding of it because they don't have an excuse. Now, it's one thing when you didn't have a mother. It's another thing when you had a beautiful, poised, elegant mother like Sarah in the Bible as your mom. Even when their dad was acting a fool, they had Mama E. Somebody really, really raised this woman. Somebody really, really poured into her. And I think, I'm telling you what I think. I think when she got hurt by her husband, she kind of lost herself in her hate and misery. So she didn't give the daughters everything they really, really need. Y'all hear some in the back, my granddaughter's in the other room. But the way they carry on, you can see her in them, but they're not a lady like she is. She don't raise her voice, but she's so firm and get her thoughts across that you understand it clearly. You know Mama E don't play. But here we go, y'all. We're going to watch this video together. Thank you so much. We're going to watch this video together. And it reminds me of my mom. My mother was like Miss E, but my mother was louder. My mother would snatch the soul out of you to get her point across, but she would still give you a lesson. Miss E seemed like she more calm. Now, what's so funny, my mother was like that with with her grandkids. How Miss E is, my mother was like that with our kids. Talk to them. Don't do that. We're like, what? You're not the same lady. You didn't talk to us. But people different with their grandkids. But I want y'all to watch I've learned a lot, yo. I watched the video, not all the way through. I watched it up to when she was talking about Tracy, and I almost lost it. The video is 45 minutes long. If you got something to do, I understand, because it's gonna be over an hour. I have to keep stopping it. But I want y'all to watch it with me, and I'm gonna tell you what I feel about certain parts what she talk about, and you can share what you feel about it. But this is a video with the Patty Pie Man, the one Krishan Rock hit, knocks his tooth out. He wanted to host, and then they have a counselor on here. She's very beautiful. I don't know her name. She's like a I don't know if she's a mentor, a psychiatrist. She's a professional woman, so she's gonna be talking, and we have Tamar next to her mother. But this is a treat, y'all. Y'all gotta watch this. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you push all notifications. And let's watch the video together. I hope y'all can hear it. Please, I hope y'all can hear. Hold on. Is it too close? Let me kind of... So I have it sitting on my lap here, y'all. Let me pull it back. Okay, I want y'all to be able to hear it.
Because this show is about healing, growing, talking about any and every subject under the sun, and that is why we present you, because we like to open up the floor and knowing what you want to talk about, what you want to discuss.
I want to talk more about me, what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. I want to talk about my grandchildren. I want to talk about my children. I want to talk about the Lord. This is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it. And that's just who I am. And we should all rejoice and be glad in it, because it's a new day that God has given us. And so I don't do anything without putting him first.
That's right.
You know this. How about that?
Well, that's what we do.
How about?
It's the Patty Man.
Mom, I have a question. Is it okay if I talk about anything?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. You're writing a book.
That's right.
And I feel like this is probably the most important thing you have written
I think.
in your life. I want to know, why do you think it is necessary for this book to be read by men and women? Because it is about...
I have to remember to stop it, y'all. I'll be so into... This video is like one of the best ones I ever seen. I must give it to Tamar. You know, I give people their flowers. Tamar doing her thing on this video. And on this podcast, I heard she's really good. And I am so proud that she's changing. Like I said, life is not how you start, it's how you finish. Even though she did a whole lot of other things, this platform she has right now is very good for her. It's counseling, it's teaching, it's love, it's patience, it's kind. She's quiet, and I don't know if she's like that because her mother's on here, but she's showing another side of her, and I really appreciate this side of Tamar.
Being married is about your life, but it's about being bitter. Most of the time, our bitterness is what stifles us, right? And someone who has had to deal with so much or so many obstacles, such as yourself, you have still had the ability to keep going and going and going, as if you wasn't hurt, as if you wasn't bruised, as if you wasn't broken. Can you talk to us about the importance of reading for better or for worse?
Some moms want to build income.
I know I can't show videos, commercials, so give me a second. Hold on. I'm going to mute it while it plays through. Okay.
Also, well, years ago when I was going through, I guess my trials and tribulation, I went to visit Gladys Knight. Remember, we went to for Thanksgiving dinner one year, and it was fresh, very fresh. And she took me in her library, and we were sitting there, and we were talking, and she was telling me about her life. And she said, Evelyn, whatever you do, do not become bitter. Well, I felt like telling her.
She told Gladys Knight took her in the back, I guess after a concert, and she told Miss Evelyn, whatever you do, don't become bitter. That's awesome. Listen, let's go.
I am. But as time went on, I understood what she was saying because that bitterness can and will destroy who you are.
Yeah, it will.
But the book that I'm writing, it is about me. Thank God, things about me. Look at God. But anyway, from the time I was a child, how I grew up, what happened to me, and so on and so forth. And as I began to write this book, I cried. Not only did I cry, but I had to put it away for a minute because I could feel these feelings coming in my heart, my mind, and my spirit. I didn't want those feelings. I've been there, done that, got a t-shirt.
Wow. It makes sense to me now, y'all, because um, I've been writing this book, my biography of my life, for years. I mean, years. And I keep putting it down and don't know why. I thought I had writer's block, but listening to Miss Evelyn, I think I put it down because of the pain in certain chapters you don't want to remember. So you just throw it to the side, like, I don't want to finish that. Man, that's clarity.
And I refuse to wear it. It's about healing. It's about showing people, yes, you're going to go through all of those emotions, all of those feelings because you're human first. You may even be the greatest Christian that God ever created, but you're still human first. And so I had to put it away for a while. So I started writing this book, oh my God, what, 24, 25 years ago?
Wow.
Oh, Jesus. But I had to put it away, people, because I had healing to do.
Yes.
I had a different mindset to create. I had a...
Absolutely. Sometimes we have to put stuff on hold because of our mindset. If I would have finished my book, my biography, in the midst of my pain, people would have been reading that book thinking I was crazy as hell. Because I would have said the most evilest things, the hatefulest things. My mind wasn't ready to complete that book. Now I'm ready. This crazy. I love Miss E, y'all.
You build up for me because if you don't forgive, let me tell you about forgetting. I have to say all of this to explain to you. If you don't forgive, that person have control
Amen.
over you.
Are you tired of flipping
Hold
houses?
on, y'all.
Inconsistent results.
While this plan, if you don't forgive, it's like drinking poison and expecting somebody else to die. You gotta forgive. It's poison to your bones.
Morning and the days was just great. I didn't see the sunshine. I didn't see the moon.
Man.
The world had a gray mass.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't see because I was in such pain, such unforgiveness. It was hard.
I told you I had to keep stopping, especially dealing with Tamar channel. I don't want her to flag me. So I gotta keep stopping and talk about what her mom is talking about. Anybody on here, or maybe watch it later, could y'all please push the like button first? Are y'all in that space where y'all so mad that you don't want to forgive? I just showed y'all Kashawn Rock earlier. She's so hurt and so mad that she want to see Blueface in jail or dead. This is what Miss Evelyn talking about. She was in that place that was so cloudy and dark that she just wanted vengeance. And she didn't want God to have nothing to do with it. Who all can say they can testify to that? I know I can. I told y'all I made my kid's father life a living hell every single day. I wanted him to suffer every day for hurting me so I can identify what she's saying.
But I put on the greatest mask. I I wore a mask.
A facade.
And whatever that mask dictated me, that's what I did. If I needed to smile, I smiled. If I needed to say words of encouragement and my heart was just torn, I said the words of it. I did what I needed to do because I realized I had to survive in this crooked and perverse world. It really is, along with some good things, but it's pretty crooked. I'm just keeping it real. If you don't believe it, look around you and understand where you are. But you also have to understand who you are and whose you are. Because it had not been for God, I don't know how I would have made it.
Ooh.
That's where my strength came from.
Can somebody testify to that? If it wasn't for the mercy and grace of God, I don't know where would I be. Boy, I mean, from life to people hurting you. If you wasn't holding on to God's unchanging hands, some of us wouldn't even be here right now. The only reason I'm here is because prayer brought me through it. I had to get on my knees and just surrender and say, God, please deliver me from this hate I have in my heart. Because if you don't, I'm going to kill somebody. And I'm going to leave my kids and be in the penitentiary. And these people not worth that. This is what she's saying. And then the fake facade she talking about is being a chameleon. I had to be a chameleon. I had to put on a work face. I had to put on a mama face. I had to go to conference and put on, I'm a loving mama face. I had to go to, I'm the doctor face. You know, I had to be the daughter and then let my mother them see I was hurting. So I had to constantly put on different masks. Man, I can identify with everything she's saying.
That's where my newness of mind, that's where it was all through him. I'm just keeping it real. You don't have to be a Christian, but you know you didn't make yourself. Or that, you know, you didn't get up by yourself this morning. Because if life had stopped, your little hind part would have been right there. Just a piece of clay, good for nothing. But somebody had to wake you up. So whether you believe in God or not, that's between you and God, not me. But that's how I made it, Tamar. I was being ridiculed every day by the person I thought loved me.
Ooh.
There's nothing no worse than when you put everything you have into other people and they disappoint you. They don't give it back.
Who can testify to that? I'm telling you, Miss E preaching. Who can testify to that? She's not preaching, she's teaching. How many of you done poured so much into other people and they let you down? I don't care if it's your children. We give so much of ourselves to other people and you find yourself empty. That's where I'm at right now in my life at 56 years old. I am empty because I poured everything I had in me into other people, making sure they were okay and forgot about myself being okay. And this is how people lose it. Oh my God, this is deep. Let's keep watching.
You see, I had to write this book because that was my first love.
That's right.
That was my first everything. I didn't know anything about anything or anybody else. That was it for me. And I was 2 when I...
Are you looking for the perfect egg donor?
Hold on, y'all. She's going to say she was 2 when she got married. If she's saying in the mind. So when she's saying this, y'all, she's talking about her mindset. Hold on.
I was 3 when I had my oldest child. And so you see, I was young, I was very naive, knew nothing. And so I had to grow up.
He was actually 18 or 17. You know, you went on,
I don't care, I'm still 2. That I was a child raising another. I wasn't pregnant when I got married. Like, oh, she was pregnant. No. That was the way of the world during that time. You got married young. That's what you did. And if you go to college, you go part-time. I went to school part-time and doing this and went to Bowie State and Sojourner College and doing this and doing that Wesley College for theology and this and that because I was trying to find me because I never knew. How? 17? Now all of a sudden, overnight, I am a woman now, and you expect from me to have wisdom, knowledge, and understand. I was just a kid yesterday.
I want to say something about that too. First of all, Miss E, I mean, when I look at her now, she looks just like my aunties, my daddy's sisters. She remind me of my auntie Frida, my auntie Juanita. She looked just like them, and she talked like them. But what she's saying is, and this is what the world is doing to these young girls. Just because they had a baby or they got put out their mother house, the world expects these kids to be grown and do grown people stuff. That's why we have a lot of people of every race on Section 8 medicated food stamps because they have been put out here in this world and they really don't know how to survive. And it's hard to survive. The world made us believe it's easy out here. It's hard. I am 56 and I'm going through the motions of life. Could you imagine a 17, 18-year-old girl with a baby? It's not easy out here. We have to start being more patient. And when we see a young girl in our neighborhood or in our family, we have to start taking these girls under our wing and try to help them. Everybody don't want to be helped now, but we have to try to understand and try to help them.
Overnight, when I woke up in a different realm and trying to be in a different mindset. Just 17 yesterday, in the day I'm 18. And I expect for you to understand and know. And that's what I tell parents today. You know, they say, oh, he'll be 18 tomorrow. He's gonna da. He got to get out and he got to get a life. What? The boy just 18, just 17 today. And overnight, you think when he wake up, he's supposed to have all this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding? An adult?
Man.
Down. Take a seat, parents.
Yeah.
Help that child grow. Help him grow. Help him understand what's going on, for God's sakes. That's why they get in trouble. That's why some of them end up in jail.
Look at Tamar, y'all. Look how she's sitting. Look how she's shaking her head. Look how calm she is. I like this Tamar. She ain't over the top. She ain't Miss Prissy. She ain't fancy. She's humbled and she's listening to her mother. This is the best show, Tamar, that you ever could have done. I wish I could have done a show like this with my mom.
Now they're a man because you keep telling him you're a man.
So, Mommy, do you not regret us, do you wish that another option was to find you first and then get married?
Well, you know, I had another option. I won a scholarship to Maryland University to sing because I love opera. But because I thought I was in love, and because during that time, my aunt finished raising me. I moved to Maryland at, 13 years old. She never had any kids, so she didn't have a lot of understanding. And so it's not that I didn't love you, Father, but I also married him to get away from my auntie. And so obstacles that happen in your life can also alter.
That's why a lot of people have babies. A lot of people get married to get out of their situation. Her auntie raised her at 13. I don't know what happened to her mom, but she said her auntie didn't have kids, so her auntie didn't really have the time or the love, I guess. And she wanted to get out the house, so she married Mr. Braxton. But the part that I hate, and I hear it all the time, and my son Gino did this for his kid's mom. He had the opportunity to go to college. He could have been playing college football. He could have boxed in semi-pro in the Golden Gloves. He gave up his dream to come back to Michigan with her to make sure she was okay. And now she's okay, and he's going to prison. Choices we make for our life. She said she gave up her scholarship to sing to marry Mr. Braxton. He cheated on her. He's okay. He's married, and she's sitting here single and went through all that pain. Don't give up your life for nobody.
Look, you could spend
Hold on,
thousands
y'all.
hiring a professional video editor.
Hold on.
But this is so deep what you're saying, because to a degree you settled.
Settled.
As much as you loved your partner, to a degree because of your circumstances, you settled for the option that was presenting itself. What I love that you're saying is you wanted to write this book and you took a moment to put it away and find yourself. And while you were finding yourself, the book and the idea of that book evolved. Because now when you put out the book, it's going to be the strong, mature, insightful woman that's writing a book.
Right.
And not a person that's coming from a place of anger. So the book is actually going to heal millions of people.
Absolutely.
Because you healed. And now you will write from a place of respect for the process that you experienced, from a place of wisdom on how you overcame. So that book is not just a testimony of what you've been through, but it's a self-healing book for others.
Absolutely, but now let me make myself perfectly clear. Although I'm not putting what I really feel from the inside, I'm still pissed off.
Of course.
Let me make
That's
myself
natural.
perfectly clear now. I can't walk out like, oh,
Yeah, so
I'm
good.
okay. You got so good. I'm healed. I'm cured. You know, but
There will be triggers.
but anyway, to make a long story short, because sometimes I do think about the mistreatment, because a lot of things that was done to me, it wasn't necessary.
It was unfair.
It wasn't necessary. You know, you mad at me because you cheated?
That's how they do.
You know, you mad at me because you went to my house and had sex in my bed? So you mad with me?
That's that reverse psychology mess. People would cheat on you, they would do you wrong, and they'll get mad at you because you're reacting to what they did. Like just like if you burn your hand on the stove, you go jump. The stove was hot. You got to react to somebody hurting you. And people will get mad if you respond in a negative way to the pain they put on you. And she's about to tell it, y'all. Listen to this. It's deep. Listen to what she said Mr. Braxton did. Shit crazy.
You know, you mad at me because you bring this woman in my bathroom and y'all have sex in my bathroom with the candles.
It was romantic, Lord.
Candles all around the tub.
Oh,
And she's gonna leave her big underwear on the floor. So you mad with me because I would not tolerate this mess?
I always.
Come on now, baby.
How did you find?
So, Mama, I always ask questions when people talk about stuff like this. Did y'all have candlelight moments, or was that new?
I didn't know nothing about the candlelight moment.
Wow.
I love to have
So he wasn't romantical with you.
He was experiencing life with somebody else while you were raising a family.
Look at Tamar's face. That's her daddy she talking about. Did y'all hear that? Mr. Braxton, now I look at him different and Sister Sarah. I don't know about y'all, but I thought he was preaching. And Sister Sarah was a humble woman. And she was meekful, spirited, calm, you know. was attracted to her because he didn't like Miss E attitude. That's what I thought. I want to apologize. I was on. He was bringing her, I guess this is who she's talking about, into her home, sleeping in their bed, not sleeping, doing the do, and then taking baths with candles around the tub. Miss E, since she was young and was just having babies, she didn't know about all that romantic stuff. She was just having babies and married to a pastor, right? So he was attracted to something experienced at home. And this is what a lot of women do. And men, they give you something that you're not getting at home. They'll fill a void. And you will mess around and lose your entire family because of something you feel like your wife or your man is not giving you. So listen, this is deep. Wow.
But this the thing. The crazy thing is, people when they go and they cheat, they do stuff with the other person that they never did.
But that's what I'm saying. They experience life with somebody else, but their partner, especially the woman, needs to stay home and become the mother and become the wife.
Because I asked one of my friends if the man do something with her, and she said no, and I was like, oh.
Well, I had to raise the kids, you know what I mean?
She was the partner, she was the wife, she was the mother.
That was
so, and the experience he was having with somebody, and that's not fair because you were young and you had everything to give this man. He never gave you the opportunity to be the lover.
Now, to be fair, because I'm fair now, a little bit. Let me make myself clear. If I was 2, he was 2 also.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair about it.
To be fair, did y'all understand what she's saying? She's saying if I was 2 in the mind, I married a man that was 2 in the mind because like attracts like. If she married a mature man, he wouldn't have been doing the things he was doing. He was excited about X and doing stupid shit in his house. So he was also 2 in the mind. So if that don't enlighten you about cheating people, I don't know what will. People cheat and do immature, childish stuff because they're immature in the mind. Grown folks do grown folks shit. That's pretty much what Miss Eve is saying. She said, so I got to be fair. His ass was stupid too. But she just happened to be faithful to one person. He let the devil sneak in.
Now that's very important what you're saying.
Accountability.
No, this is very important what you're saying.
Hey, good evening,
I actually
Robert.
agree with you 1000%. We are so quick to say you cheated, but for you to be mature and say he was also young and he also was feeling trapped maybe and also had different experiences that he wanted to go through, that's very powerful that you are saying this because it shows that you got over the hurt on a deeper level.
Absolutely. And by her, I think she's been out there for a minute. So with her introducing him, and I'm not just blaming.
Let's use the word seduce.
Maybe
She
he
seduced
her
her.
because she was 11 years younger than him.
But now in getting the
Now that trips me out. Mr. Braxton brought a woman from the church, 11 years younger than he, in his home, had X in his wife's bed, slept, took hot baths in their tub with bubbles and candles, and she seduced him because she pretty much turned him out. She was Mooka. I don't know if y'all remember me telling y'all the story about the African guy who was looking for Mooka. Sometimes people would do stuff that your wife or your husband haven't done, and that mess will blow your mind. That's why they said adultery and fornication is against God. Because you do stupid stuff. You go experiment. You supposed to experiment with your spouse. He should have went and watched some videos. I asked some of his buddies and went and practiced on Miss E because she was all in. She was young. She was pretty. She was fertile. She was submissive. He stepped out on her. That's crazy.
I'm saying, I think
both was at fault.
Absolutely.
Gotta be fair, you know. But
when you say she was out there a minute,
yeah,
in
she
my
was
mind,
out there.
she's the seductress.
you know, and so
She was also.
what I think she introduced to him, he didn't want to let it go.
Yeah,
Because it was
He was whipped.
It's going to be fair.
No, absolutely.
Many things. Fair is one of them. So
Right.
I think because he was introduced also.
It was new, it was exciting.
It was
Very
new.
exciting.
Something
They
new.
were doing new things.
Okay, so let's
Yeah.
backtrack a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Let's backtrack a little. He was young, you were young. Both of you now were faced with a family, and you took on the wife and mother role and the responsibilities, and you had to mature overnight. He then
K&A's team.
Hold on, people.
to accept this individual in his life because he was young and he wanted to experience something different. But the maturity at some level, again, I'm not saying anything against your dad.
We must remember this. She said the lady was 11 years younger. So by this time, they had been married for a minute. I think they were in their 30s by this time. So the lady was in her 19, 18, 19, or in her early 20s. When they got married, they were teenagers. He didn't have a chance to sow his royal oats. He didn't have a chance to be young and to live life. So I understand, even though it hurts, I understand why. Because he didn't enjoy his youth. That's why y'all shouldn't be rushing to have babies, young girls. If y'all watching me, y'all shouldn't be rushing talking about this is my baby daddy, I'm getting married, because you take away living. You should live your best life. Your teenage years, your 20s and 30s should be all about you. Having fun, enjoying life. I ain't saying don't date and be with a serious dude. I'm saying date. And this is what black folks don't do. There's something else my boy Pernell talked to me about last night. And he actually said he was proud of me for my response. He said, do people supposed to date several people or be exclusive with one? And I said, you supposed to date several people until you are exclusive. You supposed to date, listen, and I'm not talking about nothing about ex. This don't have nothing to do with intimacy. It's about getting to know who you are, who this person is, and if you're compatible. If you're only dating one person, how would you know if it's somebody else that you're compatible with? This is why you get stuck with the wrong baby daddy. As soon as we meet Ray Ray at the club, we in love and ready to take him home with his garbage bag. No, what you supposed to tell him is I'm dating, I'm not serious with nobody right now. I'm getting to know who I am. I'm enjoying life. I go on dinner dates. I go to the movies. I go for walks. I'm just, a free spirit right now. Just trying to figure out what's for me. Be honest. You may call me, I'm at the movies. Oh, you dating somebody? Yeah, I have friends. And then after a few months, you should know who you really compatible with, because you didn't dated 3 or 4 dudes. But see, black people look at it, you a hooker. White people look at it, it's fun. I'm getting to know Peter. I'm getting to know Jimmy and Tommy. I mean, they're friends. We do it wrong. That's why we end up raising babies by ourselves. We have babies by people we don't even like. Just because we in a moment, I was lonely, I was sad, my heart was broke. And you end up with the wrong person.
Please, no disrespect.
Oh, that's all right. If you did, you're not talking about my dad.
Go ahead.
You're talking about dad.
We talked about
Okay,
my ex.
so no disrespect. At some point, this individual could take a step back and say, but here's a wife that's loyal and respectful. Here's a family that needs a father. And what I'm doing, because he was a God's child too, to say what I'm doing is going against what's right. So we also need to look at what's right and wrong in our mind when we are making decisions, because our body is just an instrument and we can all get seduced at some point. But there comes that point of where do we draw the line, what's right and wrong.
And I
Boundaries.
hear what you're saying, but wars and rumors of war have started over sex.
You hear that?
Now, sure, I gotta be better.
You see how powerful that is? X. Wars and rumors of wars started behind X. Yeah, y'all don't understand how powerful it is. Y'all don't understand why the Lord said no fornication. The stuff that you got between your legs is powerful as heck. People have left this earth behind it. They have went to the penitentiary for life behind it. X is a soul tie. It's nothing to play with. Look at what's his name? Not Solomon Gomorrah. What is his name? The strongest man. What was his Delilah? Samson and Delilah. Samson was the strongest man in the world. And just getting a little some from Delilah made him turn against God. It's my hair, baby. He went to bed looking like Steve Harvey and woke up looking like the new Steve Harvey. It's like, what happened to your hair? Weak for a woman. It's so many stories in the Bible, y'all, that tell you that the woman, the JJ, is powerful. Or just her presence, her smell, her poise. She can get anything from a man. But y'all women running around here weak and brittle and crying, raising kids by yourself because you don't know who you are. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mama, we talk all the time. You know, we talk all day, every day.
Every day.
We talk about everybody.
Yeah, we do.
Talk about everything.
Her daughters, her sons. She just don't talk about me. But Mama, in that Tony Braxton film, and I ain't never asked this.
Well, why you want to do it now?
Because it said we're here.
Oh, okay. Well, we always here. Go ahead.
Come on, hell yeah. Did you cut up at that bathroom door like that? Okay.
So that wasn't true. A lot of things in that film wasn't true, but that's okay. It's television.
Well, you got the.
I guess Tony Braxton have a movie out. Haven't seen it. Have anybody seen it? And the mother was acting crazy at the door, at the bathroom door. I don't know if it's because Mr. Braxton was in there or not. Well, if you ever see the movie, now we know that's not true. Tamar says a lot of stuff in there that's not true. It's for TV. So we know now that stuff we see on TV, sometimes they embellish it. So when you see the movie, that part's not true.
Oh, in the movie?
I wasn't there.
Oh. Okay.
And I had nothing to do with the film either.
Yeah, we didn't. I had nothing.
A lot of things are taken out of context. We can go for a lunch and post an innocent video and there's comments that's taken out of context.
Right.
Because people see what they want to see and they build a narrative around it. And you're never given an opportunity to actually put the truth out there because nobody cares afterwards. They don't want to hear afterwards.
But then you also have to understand a book is a book.
What that mean?
Sometimes you have to add on and take from. It is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, because of you wanted to sell. What you think you write in the book is to sit on the table? Doesn't make sense.
You want people to read it.
You want people to read it. You
Right.
want to see excitement.
I hear you, but Miss E, what I respect about you is you're an honest woman.
Absolutely. And when I'm writing,
I'm going to embellish that what she just said. She said a book is a book, but you want people to read the book or just sit on the table. That means you have to make a book exciting, so you got to add to it or take something out. It's called allegories. Thank you for the coffee cup. That's what's in the Bible, allegories, stories. So a lot of stories in the Bible, when people misconstrue that as the Bible is fake, no, he want you to see, visualize it, put it that way. The Bible is full of stories, allegories. So you can visualize how something actually happened, but it didn't happen that way, but it happened. You know what I'm saying? So this is what she's trying to explain about that movie that Tony Braxton wrote, that is not all fake, but it had to be exciting, so she had to add parts to it. An allegory.
I used hint.
Hold on.
And I still can't believe how accurate it was.
oh, absolutely. And then when you are doing a movie, you know, come on.
It's different.
I got the movies movies and what have you. And
Sure.
There's elevated it to be as factual and as honest.
Very much.
And that's why I'm saying I respect your honesty, because you could have just put a book out.
Right.
But you took your time all these years because you wanted it to be true.
I wanted to be.
And that's important.
My mom is not on here right now. She might be busy. So I only have TK working with me right now. But I greatly appreciate any love that you can share. Let that be your donation to the channel tonight. Like, you know what I'm saying? We greatly appreciate your love on every channel. And I encourage you to do that to any blogger you watch, any podcast you watch. Show some love and courtesy by making comments. We want to hear from you. I'm reading your comments as we watching this video, and I'm gonna respond to a few of them when the video is over. So I'm sitting here reading. That's why I'm quiet. But I appreciate your like. Could you just tap the screen twice, and it would do it for you. And if you're watching this video later on, it's the 3 dots on the side, and it's the thumbs up, and I greatly appreciate your love. Favor is sometimes more than money.
Well, maybe someone else may read it that was perhaps around us, because they don't know the intent or what really happened. Maybe they will say, oh no, that's not true. See what I mean?
I get
but
you.
that's my truth.
That's your truth. And that's what
That's what happened, I feel,
Yeah.
to me.
Yes, but that is your truth. And that's why when you said with movies, sometimes color comes into it.
Yeah.
Yes, but here you have been really being intentional about putting the facts out.
Facts out.
Right.
But I guarantee you, when you read this book, you will know who I am. You will understand who I am and why I am
Who you are.
who you are.
But
Now, I don't
also-
want to say who I am. Don't put words in my mouth. I say it. And why
Yeah.
I am.
Do you think
I know the right term, but I don't want to use it.
You can use the term.
I want to speak on something real quick because I notice a lot of people are falling off the live, and it trips me out because what I learned about YouTube, if you're not talking about toxicity, violence, somebody begging, your uncle in the White House, drama, people don't want to listen. But they claim they want to see a change in the world. No, people love problems. Now, Miss E's sitting here teaching. I'm 56 years old and she's schooling the heck out of me. This woman had me crying before I even got on this live with you guys. But it's grown folks that's not watching because they think it's boring. Now, if I was on here showing the Braxton sisters fighting, oh, I have 200 or 300 people watching me right now. That just show you the kind of mindset in the world we live in. So I thank you all who was watching. I don't care if it's 2 of us in here. I hope you learned something. And I hope you share with some young girl. And I pray that she have the patience of Job to sit here and listen to this wisdom from this 70-some-year-old woman. Because she's teaching today. And if they will open their mind, they'll catch the message. But they don't want to. They want to hear drama. They want to see love and hip-hop. The Bad Girls Club. Krishan and Rock and Blueface. They want to see that mess.
Okay, so you put that book on pause for, you said, like 20, 25 years.
Yes, Lord.
Do you think that you had to heal first to complete it, or did you want to, or did you not want to write it from being a bitter person?
I don't know, to be honest with you. All I know is that I put it down with tears in my eyes. You know, that's all I know. I can't say, well, I needed to heal first. I wasn't thinking about healing first. All I knew, I can't.
You just knew you were not ready.
That's good.
Yeah, that is very
Sometimes you
good.
gotta sit
But you know
down.
what? That's being respectful. You knew you were not ready, and you didn't want to put something out
No,
that
I
was
didn't
going
know
to-
I wasn't ready. That's not
But
what
when
I
you,
said.
but when you're tearful,
You did. You said you put it down because you had to.
I had tears in my eyes. So I had to put it down. Okay, the world may see she wasn't ready. I didn't think about it.
at that time,
I didn't think about it.
yeah.
Oh, Oh, I'm not ready. I didn't think about that.
Yours is not today.
But you know, when you're going through such pain, you're not processing sometimes that emotion. You need a minute to process.
Yeah, I need it.
Hold on, guys. I thank y'all for watching. I just thought it just a refresher to hear some real stuff sometimes instead of drama.
Because I don't know, but when it first happened, I wanted a Mack truck to hit them and cut their heads off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people go through that.
Absolutely.
I'm just being honest.
Absolutely.
And if honesty can't come out, why am I here? Yeah, I'm just saying. I wanted a Mack truck to hit them and cut their heads.
Yeah, well, you know, we're gonna react because that's not normal.
That is normal.
But
What
Tim-
you been?
She said she wanted a Mack truck to run over her ex-husband and his woman and knock their head off. And Tamar said that's not normal. And the psychiatrist over here, I think she is psych. She's going to tell Tamar that is a normal reaction, and it is. That's your emotion. Somebody just hurt you, so you want to react. And you want the same pain that they gave to you, you want them to encounter that pain or worse. That's why they said hurt people hurt people. That's where that saying come in at. Listen.
But Tamar, that is normal. When somebody's going through such pain, no, Tamar, that's normal.
Where you been?
That's normal. For some people, it's normal because they're going through such pain that they don't know how to rationalize.
Let me make myself clear. As a life coach with a lot of people,
Yeah.
you know, I talked to one lady, she wanted to put poison in the man's food.
That's what I'm saying, Tamar.
She's a life coach.
Yes, I get you.
Hold on, I'm not judging. I'm just saying. She was like, "Why y'all reacting?" Like,
No, but your mom is absolutely right. There's a lot of people that are feeling this way. Listen, let me just tell you something.
all over the place.
No. Let me just tell you something. I work in prison, right? I'm working with murderers and rapists.
See?
A lot of these women are there because they kill their spouse or they
Right.
kill their cheating partner because they are going through such rage and they don't have anybody to hold their hand and help them. So they're reacting to that emotion. So I'm not saying your mom was going to do that, but feeling that going to do that.
That's where Krishan Rocky is right now. You hear her? She said, I work in prisons where I deal with women that's in there for following through with their feelings. They deleted people. Those lovers and people that hurt them are no longer here, so that's why they're in prison. Because they didn't have no one to help them process that pain and how to deal with it. Krishan don't have nobody to help her process it. That's why I said she's dangerous. And Blueface think it's a game. If this girl ever get a hold to a pow, he in trouble. And whoever is there with him. Because she has the mentality of doing him, his new friend, herself, and the kids. So they better do something before this woman snap. Exactly what I was talking about earlier in the last video.
I know that, but I'm saying you would never react on that level. But to have those feelings are normal. There are some people that go overboard. But to everybody that's listening, and I must say this, that have a partner that's cheating, you have two options. One, to say, I am done, I'm not going to accept this and walk away. Or if you still love the person and they're willing to put in the work, there is and if you see this opportunity to heal and rebuild, that is also a second option, right? It doesn't have to mean it is the end, because in your case, your husband was young and he made that mistake, but he
was an older man then when that happened.
No, I just want to quickly say this. He had that choice to decide, do I go back to my wife and children and we fix this, or do I choose this new path that I chose, right? So it also depends on where you are, where the person is, because sometimes you can forgive a cheating partner, depending.
If you never cashed in 40...
I just want to get to the part she talked about Tracy, and I'm going to stop the video and read some of y'all comments. So it's coming up.
And the feelings that are involved. Because I don't want people listening to this feeling, oh, we are telling them my partner cheated, I gave him a chance, I made a mistake. Sometimes relationships become stronger after a mistake because you realize what you've lost, right? There's different scenarios.
Y'all hear her? Sometimes relationships become stronger because they realize what they lost and they don't want to lose it. And I have seen that happen. Have you ever seen couples, they've been together for years, like my parents? They had a lot of stuff they went through, and then they realized they couldn't live without each other, and they finally got it right. Some people have the strength to hold on and fight because they really know they want to be with each other. Okay, you forgave, you moved on. Sometimes take 3 or 4 times. You know, that's just letting you know people not perfect, but that don't mean you have to deal with it either. But listen to what Miss E said behind this, what she said.
Reviews, right? We need to take that into account.
Well, now, yeah, I hear what you're saying, but this man was, I mean,
Not deserving.
twice dead, old, twice dead, and plucked up by the roots. So he was in his 40s, so he...
That's long, twice dead and plucked up
By the roots.
So what are we?
I'm just being honest with you. When
She
you-
said if you in your 40s, you twice dead and plucked up by the damn roots. That's old as hell.
He knew better.
Yeah, he
Okay,
knew
but
better.
you gotta leave
And
that
he
for
preaching like Paul in the pulpit.
Yes.
So he knew better.
So to answer my question, I was going to ask you, do you think that you are still bitter?
I don't think I'm bitter at all.
Old and dead and plucked up by the roots at 40 something? There's no hope for me. Remember, I'm single.
But Tamar, he's a man though. Men are different from women.
What you mean?
They dogs.
No, not so much a dog. I mean,
Coyotes.
not a coyote.
The Patty Pie Man said a man is a dog. He a coyote. The Patty Pie Man said that. Miss Ethan explained what she's about to explain what she mean. That men and women are different. Check this out. It is crazy.
But a lot of things, their bodies are
They horny.
You saying they gummy worms?
No, they horny.
I'm just saying that as they get older,
Things
I'm just
change.
saying things change. It's like women. As they get older, things change. And so,
Y'all know what she talking about, right? Do y'all remember me doing the demonstration with the cord? It was just hanging. Wasn't no activity and I was blowing it. It ain't nothing going on. That's what she talking about. Men change.
sometimes at a certain age, they're trying to prove themselves.
Yeah.
Young men.
You
That's
know,
important.
And that's very important.
That is
Because they're almost twice dead and plucked up by the roots. I'm just keeping it real. They can't just jump and they ready free. No offense.
But they are,
you know what I'm saying?
and I get you 100%. I get you 100%. Because men have a different, sometimes an ego that comes in.
Right.
Ego
They
that
gotta
goes
stay there.
with
They've got
it.
to stay relevant.
Yeah.
But there are also many men that have cheating partners and they are struggling with this acceptance. But I totally get where you're coming from and what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Because let's keep it real, and I'm not trying to be gross or anything, and forgive me if it sounds like it, but the whole outlast the pole any day.
Did y'all
But you know what happens?
look at Tamar's face? Look at that. Look what her mama said. Look at her face. Did y'all hear what Miss E just said? She just threw us a nugget, fellas. Y'all better take notes. The whole outlast the pole any day. I had another old woman tell me that actually Leon said his grandmother said it. A woman stay ready. A man has to get ready. You hear me? So when y'all running around here cheating and stuff, sooner or later your veto gonna be like this. It's gonna hang there. That's where the honey come in, the pills, the Viagra, slap it, baby, spit on it, rub it, touch it, do something, dance for me, dance for me. And she's sitting there like, you owe nothing, such and such. I've been ready. And I gotta get you ready. So this is where that saying come in. So y'all go ahead and play y'all games y'all want to run around. Woman always ready.
take our partner for granted because we let life take over.
I'm sorry.
Cheating happens because we take our partner for granted. We let life take over, and we don't know how to pause and give back to our
Wait a
partner.
minute, but hold that. I got to write that down. No, the whole out.
Tamar taking notes. She said, "Hold up, wait a minute. Let me take some notes. Hold on, y'all."
Outlast the pause. Everybody knows this, and you know what? This is life, people.
It is life. It is life. It's
So,
the reality.
like, oh, Miss E got no. It's life. How about that?
It's the reality.
It's reality.
That how about?
And so therefore, being married 35 years, I was married 35 years.
35
They cheated
years.
on me for 10 years. I didn't know anything about it because I was just so naive. Wow. If anybody
She was married 35 years, got cheated on for 10, and she had 6 babies.
make it, surely you will. You're in the pulpit. You're a man of God.
Okay, so this was not forgivable because 10 years.
Yeah, that's a long time that I knew about.
Yeah.
That they
That's
told
ridiculous.
me this is it.
Yeah.
And so they grew together. And they married.
he had a whole
They got
relationship
divorced
going.
13th of October. They got married with the 17th. I mean, come on now.
Did y'all hear that shit? She got a divorce on the 13th. He married Sister Sarah with the orthopedic shoes on the 17th. 13, 14, 15, 16. 4 days later, he remarried on Mr. Braxton. And he the preacher, y'all. But he had 2 relationships going. He would preach, go home with his wife and kids, and had Sister Sarah for 10 years. I don't have no respect for her no more. Boy, I misread Sister Sarah, boy, thinking she cooked the butter beans and she, was there when he was going through something. Lady, you was laying up with the dang first lady husband for 10 years. Oh, she got some horrible things coming to her.
This is old stuff.
But you're saying important stuff because he grew with her.
Exactly.
He did not grow with you.
No.
And that is why I'm saying you take your partner for granted. You think the grass is greener on the other side. You start doing things with the other person because it seems fun that you should have been doing with your partner.
Right.
And so if you're tired all the time and busy all the time and it's just me and my kids, not that I'm saying he was not a good father. I would not take that from him, okay? But he could have been better. I'm just saying.
But what you said is so important that he grew. You only knew of 10 years. He grew with this person.
Y'all know what I think it is? I think that Miss E was so into God and was such a modest person that she didn't do the freaky stuff that he desired. Sister Sarah over there could take her teeth out. You know what I'm talking about? And Miss Eve was the kind of woman like, ugh, that's nasty. Sister Sarah wanted to get in the bathtub and do bubble baths and play some R. Kelly with some candles. Lady E, she run around there cooking, changing diapers, hollering at kids, singing How I Got Over. Do you understand what I'm saying? She was boring to him. Wow, that's crazy.
You were sacrificing being the wife and the mother, so that's not forgivable.
Yeah, so that's just life.
So we understand you, Miss
Thank you.
now.
That's what this book basically, people, it's all about. Because sometimes you can be married and single.
Yes, Lord.
Was there ever
Whether you're male or female.
Married and
Sometimes
single.
you can be married
and single?
But I want to shift the conversation a little bit, right? You win. It's her daddy.
Help me, oh, it's not it. I'm trying to keep hope alive,
No, you have to keep hope alive. So you went through that pain of that loss in that, and losing a partner that is alive is like death itself.
It is.
Oh my God. Right?
It is.
And you have to go through that whole
It
grieving
is.
process and still maintain being a mom and supporting your kids and being that strength, right? And then you unfortunately had to go through the pain of losing a child.
Okay.
Are you
This is the part I want y'all to hear about Tracy, then I'm going to stop the video. She's about to talk about Tracy. So touchy.
that grief? right? And that was not easy for you. No, all right. But I see that, instead of stepping back and saying, I'm grieving, you had to also again be a mother to make sure that your kids were healing in the process, because there was so much happening. Miss E, you have, and I know it may not sound right the way I'm saying it,
That's all right.
but you have led a life full of challenges. But you never looked at it as I'm giving up. You always looked at it as I've got to get up today and be strong because people need me. My children, my grandchildren, my family. You lived your life being a family woman, a godly woman, and you've lived your life for the outside world because you are a motivator and a healer. But the comfort that you gave your daughter before she passed away, that is something that I want you to know is very precious. Because when she connects with you, she keeps talking about you holding her hand and rubbing her hand and giving her that final okay. And I want you to know that you are an amazing mother.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I appreciate that. I really do. But I also want to bring up the fact that a few years ago, we lost Lauren, the granddaughter, which is my son's daughter. Now, that was the most hardest thing I think, had to do, because watching Michael go through his pain of losing his child and trying to be there, but yet losing my grandchild. It was almost like a double whammy.
Yeah.
And so God brought me through that, and brought Michael and the family through that. And then Tracy, because Tracy helped raise Lauren, and so Lauren called Tracy mom and this and that, and even while Tracy was going through her pain and what have you, she even brought up Lauren.
She did? What did she say?
Mommy, I'm finally going to be with you.
Really?
That's what she said. And I'm rubbing her hand saying, yes, she will.
I think that's why she talks
She
about you rubbing her
She
hand.
loved that girl.
Yes, she did.
And she said, Mommy, I don't want to leave. I don't want to go. And I said, Trey, we're coming. I promise you, we're coming. I said, I don't know when. I don't know how. But I promise you, we are coming.
Wow.
How do I know? Because that's what we do. We pass on. And the Bible also says man is born of a...
My mother said that to my sister when she was talking to her in her casket. She said, you leaving me now, but mama go meet you there one day. Trust me, mama coming. That's crazy. Ooh, Lord.
The woman is but a few days and full of trouble.
Yes.
We spring up like a beautiful flower. And at the end of the day, we wither and we fall. So it is what it is. And the time we had with Tracy, I'm going to say I'm going to make it personal. The time I had with Tracy was just phenomenal. And I thank God that he gave her, loaned her to me from a baby.
That's right.
Until she was in her 50s. So I really don't have a complaint. I really don't. I miss her. I wish she was here. But she can't. But not absolutely. And it was so bad watching your child decay right before your eyes. That's worse than any pain that you can imagine. And so you know what I did? I didn't want to be selfish. I asked God, go ahead and take her.